Hey book lovers, my name's Victoria and welcome to My Books and Me. Today I'm going to be bringing you my April book haul, and I think I did pretty well this month. I only bought 8 books, although to be fair, I also pre-ordered a couple of books for next month and only just bought some books that won't arrive until next month. But hey, I've got 8 books here and 8 books is all I got in April, so I did pretty well on my 10 book limit. Now, I did also buy 80 Penguin Little Black Classics, which I won't be including in this book haul. You can click here to go to that book haul video, or I will link below to that, and I'll explain in that video why I'm not including them in this one. So the first book I got this month is Blood Brothers by Nora Roberts, and this is the first book in the Sign of Seven trilogy. I have actually owned the third book, The Pagan Stone, for so long it is ridiculous, and I didn't actually know it was the third book when I bought it. Only when I got home did I realise, and it's never really been top of my priority list to actually buy the first books in the trilogy, but at the start of the month I saw this book at a local market and it was $6, so I picked it up. This book is set in the town called Hawkins Hollow, and every 7 years for a couple of weeks during June, July, some crazy stuff starts to happen and all the townspeople are involved, but afterwards they never have any recollection of actually doing anything, and it's gotten to the stage where the town has been believed to be possessed by outsiders and no one really sets foot in the town except for the residents. However, in February, author and reporter Quinn Black rocks up to the town to try and scope it out and maybe base her next book on it. She then meets Caleb Hawkins, who not only is a descendant of the town's forefathers, but also may have something to do with why this evil stuff keeps happening. And even though it's February, there are some evil stuff already starting to happen, and so Caleb and Quinn and his friends decide to band together and force the rest of the town into defending this evil presence. It sounds really cool and I can't wait to start it and eventually pick up the second book and then finally read the third book that has been sitting on my shelf for so damn long. The next book I got this month is A Work in Progress by Connor Franta, and this is his memoir about growing up and being on YouTube and coming out as gay and all that sort of stuff. It sounds really interesting. There are really short chapters in here, and each of the chapters are titled really creatively, and it's also filled with all of his photos, and there are some letters in here and all sorts of really cool stuff. It looks really well laid out and I can't wait to read it. It's definitely going to be a probably quick and easy read and very interesting and insightful into his life, so I can't wait to read it. The next book I got this month is A Very Good Lives by J.K. Rowling, and this is the speech that she gave at the commencement ceremony of the Harvard graduation in 2008. And I've actually already read it, so I'll link below to my review of it, but in it she essentially is telling the graduates, and now us because we get to read it, that you have to use your imagination. Don't shut it away and ignore it because it is going to help you in life, and also that you shouldn't be failing, because failure leads to you learning lessons that you wouldn't have otherwise learned in life. So it was really interesting, really insightful, really inspiring and thought-provoking, and I suggest that anyone who sort of needs a bit of a pick-me-up in their life go and read this because it's quick and it's easy. And also each page has all these really lovely, simple and beautiful drawings that tie in with whatever's happening in that page. So it's a really great read and I suggest you go pick it up. The next book I got is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare, and this is the first book in the Mortal Instruments series. And I know, I am seriously late to the Mortal Instruments party. I mean, all the books have been released, then the Infernal Devices trilogy has been released, and we've already had a movie, and we're about to have a TV show, and I still haven't read it. But never fear, I'm going to read it now. It's been on my to-buy list for so long, but I've sort of never gotten around to it because I didn't feel like dedicating my time to a long series, but I'm going to now. I'm going to get into it. And I have to say, I actually already own the DVD of the movie, even though the movie is apparently quite crap, but I still haven't watched that either. So hopefully I can read the first book by the time the TV series comes out. The next book I got is Switched by Amanda Hocking, and this is the first book in the Trill trilogy. Now, I actually already own Switched. I own the mass-produced paperback that I got as a free gift from Dolly magazine, and while this is a perfectly fine book, I just really wanted to have the proper paperback to go with the rest of my collection. And this also has an extra short story at the back of the book, which I'm yet to read. But I loved the series so much that I just wanted to get it all cohesive and pretty. And yeah. The next book I got this month is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas, and this is the first book in the Throne of Glass series. And again, I haven't read this book and I'm kind of late to the party. But unlike the Mortal Instruments series, I hadn't actually heard of this before I joined the online booktube and book community. So don't yell at me. But this book and series have gotten such great reviews and I'm excited to read it. Hopefully I enjoy it. It's a bit different to it is kind of different to some of the other stuff I've already read, but it does sound really good, so I probably will enjoy it, so I can't wait to read it. The next book I got is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab, and I have been meaning to get this like before it even was released. I finally got it and I'm so excited to read it. The book takes place in London and there are parallel Londons where this guy called Kel is one of the last travellers to be able to travel between these parallel Londons. However, while in one London, he is pickpocketed of a very evil device that doesn't belong in that London. Crazy stuff starts to happen, and this is the first book in a series, so I'm so excited to read it because it sounds so amazing and it's set in London and I can't wait. And finally, the last book I got this month is We All Looked Up by Tommy Wallace. The weird thing about this book is I hadn't heard anything about it before I bought it, and then after I'd ordered it and I was waiting for it to arrive, I saw people like booktubers uploading videos about it. So weird. This I think is only very recently released. I think this month or last month maybe, I'm not quite sure. And this is about the world finding out that they only have 2 months until the world is ending because an asteroid is coming. And a group of teenagers known by their labels as the athlete, the outcast, the slacker and the overachiever sort of decide to break those labels for the last 2 months in order to live their life. And this is sort of one of those books where the blurb sounds really good and I just have to read it because I think it sort of sums up what this book is possibly about. Before the asteroid, we let ourselves be defined by labels: the athlete, the outcast, the slacker, the overachiever. But we all looked up and everything changed. They said it would be here in 2 months. That gave us 2 months to leave our labels behind. 2 months to become something bigger than we've been. Something that would last even after the end. 2 months to really live. And it sounds really good. Although I'm pretty sure I've heard kind of mixed reviews about this, but nevertheless, it sounds really good. Just flicking through, it is told from their different perspectives, which should be pretty interesting. And even though it's a simple cover, I really love it. So I can't wait to read it. So that is all for this book haul. Like I said, I will link below to my Penguin book haul so you can go check that out. Other than that, make sure you guys click that subscribe button and follow me on my various social media platforms. All the links will be in the description below. I will also link to the couple of reviews of these books that I've already read. Otherwise, I will link them to Book Depository so you guys can go check them out for yourselves. Other than that, I will see you guys very, very soon with another video, which will be my April wrap-up and May TBR. I'll see you then. Bye!